Texas. How are you doing? How's everything going?
Good, very good. Thank you, Dan, for asking
Thank
me.
Yes, thank you for sitting down with me today. I'm really excited to have you on here. You've got a cool story. You got into this just a few years ago with your son. Can you talk about how you got started into all this and how it's evolved from when you first started?
Well, I started trading like 3, 4 years ago with the stock market, and then was not pretty fun, honestly. Initially it was, and then I started losing money, and then I stopped it until I figured out what trading was, and I was a little bit confused. And then my son introduced me in futures, and I started studying a little bit about what this was about, and say then I find kind of interest. Then later on, he talked me about top trader, and I say, oh, looks like a very nice opportunity because you don't risk your money, and then you can try yourself doing in for my point of view, the key things here that you prove your rules, then you
Hmm.
be consistent, and if you can do for 10 days or 15 days of a month, 2 months, then you really deserve to have an account. And then it's something, if you don't do it, then you should not invest on this market. Then I like the concept, and I started like a year ago. I think I present my first time, or a year and a half. Then in August last year, I passed my first step, and I was
Hmm.
so happy. But then I was struggling with the second step. I got frustrated, and then I quit. When I resumed this in like in January, I believe so. But I was still trying to practice and I pay some other months just to practice or create an account to practice. And then I think I start getting what having following the rules, and I made my first step, my second step. Basically, the second steps, I think I did in 3 steps. Like I have to reset 3 times,
Okay.
but I did it because I was getting. I knew it. I could get it. And then my son also. I think he is also a sponsor with Top Trader, and we were every day have a conversation. How you are doing? And then it's doing good, and then we have different even strategies. He has a different one. I respect that one, but it's not working for me. Then I sometimes we can listen others, but you need to feel comfortable what you are doing, because sometimes how people are reading, and the graph and using the indicators, and doesn't work for everybody in the same way.
I couldn't agree
Then
more.
yeah. Then even we have different approach, we share each other, we coach each other, and then it's been amazing activity. Currently it's not my full job. I just doing sometimes, and try to be consistent, 2 or 3 trading a days, try to be positive, and like having something, but sometimes it's not possible, then you have to stop. But it's been nice, and I think I get my first 5,000.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
That should be
And
coming out right.
then yeah, and then I have another one holding there. And then it's been a really nice month for me, and I really think this could be a really nice to like activity for many people.
Hmm.
But you have to educate yourself. Have It's nothing that it will come up. Like some people think it's gambling, and I don't think it is at all.
Not
uh,
whatsoever.
exactly. Then you have to be really educate yourself.
I
And
I totally agree.
I think Step provide a really nice platform in education. And now we are coaching my husband on this one.
It's a full-on family affair over there.
Probably.
That's perfect. So I'm
Yeah.
really excited. You mentioned it. You've got 5,000 already. Your account balance is already growing again. I think you're close to $5,000 in the last 2 days alone. Um,
Yeah.
when you're looking at the market, I know you're not doing this full time, and I think that is a big sign of that you've got opportunity here. You know what you're looking at. So, what are some of the things that you're looking at the market to do before you're entering into the trade?
Well, basically, what I'm just trying to see what the trend is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing that I try is no fight against the trend of the day, and also what is the the best moment to enter, right? Because
Okay.
then I use some graph, like I'm using the exponential average,
Mm-hmm.
the MAC, or something that tell me is the good moment to buy, and also using like different temporarily, 5 minutes, an hour, 15 minutes before I
Mm-hmm.
uh, do my first enter, because I
Okay.
need to have different pictures. And then sometimes when you are looking in a short term, it just seems like you are going up, and really in a big picture it's not like that. Then I have my setup, just thinking, okay, what is the trend? I try to read a little bit what happened in during the night. I'm not doing trading after, like, at night. Sometimes I look at, and sometimes probably do one transaction, but it's nothing like I'm looking for trade all the time. It's just what is the best moment. Then I find out, like in my case, it's better to 10 to 12, something like that, in that window.
Mm-hmm.
Then I try to do on that time when I think I can read better the market.
Awesome. So you said something that I want to make sure everyone hears is extremely important. So if you're watching this, you said you can get lost looking at those shorter time frames. You forget the trend. It's something I see a lot of traders doing. They're looking at the 1 minutes, those lower time frame charts, and they're great. And sometimes they really work for you, but you constantly have to pay attention to that higher time frame. What is the overall trend of this market before I go ahead and get in? So I wanted to highlight that. I wanted to make sure everyone hears that because that's really important. We say it all the time. You want to take that top down approach. You have to start big picture. And I like to keep that big picture up in the corner of my screen every single day so I don't forget it.
Yeah, because
Um,
sometimes I can get advantage of a rebound, but I have
mhm,
to make sure it's not for long period. Okay, then if
right.
you want to take this kind of advantage, you have to take care of where are going to be your, like, limit. And also, to me, it's important, um, managing the risk. That sometimes I don't do it, but I think I'm working to do better on that.
Well, I'd say it's doing pretty good. You've only been at this for a few years. You're up close to $11,000 over the last few weeks. So things are going pretty darn well. So you mentioned you've struggled with the risk management. What have been some of the bigger struggles you've had to overcome over the last few years of your trading?
Well, yeah, I think setting the risk management is really the key, uh, in terms of, like, but sometimes you think you can recover yourself,
Mm-hmm.
right? For the first trade, and then the second trade you also fail, and the third, and then you continue it because you're still thinking like you can recover.
Yeah,
And then that is something that I have to put in my mind. It's okay, it's not good for today, then just let it go, and then
right.
start new day. And then basically, when we are doing risk management, I think this is the things that I learned from trading. Everything has to be like, what is the risk, right, that you are handling this. And
First
some,
question you should ask every time you get into the trade. What is my risk?
yeah,
I was telling you beforehand, I started doing this when I was a kid, and I would be on a headset on the trading floor with my father in the pit. and before he executed any trade, the first thing he would ask in the headset, I was just listening. I was still too young to actually be able to answer the question, but he would ask, "What's my risk?" So every trade he got in, he knew exactly what his risk was before he ever got executed a trade.
Yeah.
Great
And I
point.
still working on that. Like I say, some days I really doing very well because I have already set in my parameters. But I have to work. Sometimes I'm more willing to lose than to win. And then I think this is something that I notice, and even like this platform give us a lot of good dashboard. I
Mm-hmm.
did my own dashboard in Excel to focus on those kind of thing. Okay, how much I'm willing um, to lose, and I'm surprised because sometimes I'm losing like 2000 per day. This is too high for me, and I
Right.
think it's you don't want a word that you have to lose that kind of money. Then I'm still working with that. I'm struggling a little bit, but I think I will. There is other things. I think you cannot focus on what you do wrong. Just also need to look at what is positive, right? Then
Yes.
other thing that I'm looking is I like in 28 days I have 20 days positive. Then I say, okay, this is even at sometime over trading, sometimes high risk. I'm still doing well. It's doing then. I'm just trying to give no focus on the bad things I need to work with, but I also trying to see, okay, I have a really nice day sometime that is over 2002, then I say, okay, if you are able to win this, you can take some time, kind of this risk.
And that's what
Um,
we allow ourselves to do. We work really hard. We make some money, and as a matter of fact, I was kind of mentioning to you beforehand. We do our podcast, and it was a conversation we had recently on the podcast. We were talking about how to build up to that point of when I can start to take more risk, and you can, and that's part of trading. You're going to build up, and you're going to start to take more risk. And I see a lot of traders taking that risk when it's gone against them. But like you just said, once you start to build that positive balance, you're having some good days, you've kind of put yourself into a position, okay, you know what? I've done really well as of lately. I can take a little bit more risk right now. And that's okay. If it goes bad, it goes bad. We start back over. Okay, bring it back down. Tighten this thing up.
yeah, and you will learn, right? And then what I'm
Exactly.
trying to see is to protect my account because take a lot of time to have an fund account. And then
Yeah.
this is something that putting in my mind, okay, you don't want to lose this that take like a month to be set up. And then I try to keep that in my mind. This I cannot afford to lose this because if this is only my only job, then I have to take care of my job, right? It's not
Right.
my case. I have another things to do, but if it's your job and it's the only thing that you are paying bill with this, then just keep this and protect your account. And then don't be so risky
Yeah, it's the head
to
game.
yeah, but if you have to tell your head because there is the other side that if you win 600 or see in 10 minutes, then you can do more in 20 or an hour, and it doesn't work like that.
Right.
And then it's something like I think is head game, as you say, but um practicing every day I think is also make you consistent on your rules, and you have to apply those, try to
You,
apply those. You will skip some of them
and that's
sometimes.
and I think that's important. We're human. We're going to make mistakes. We can't let those mistakes affect our overall account. But it's going to happen. We're going to make mistakes, and that's totally okay. But it's how you recover from them. Okay, I know I can't do this one again. I've learned from this. I as I had a mentor that used to tell me every loss is paying the market for a little bit of information. You don't want to pay for the same information over and over again. So little bits, you start to learn, you learn from those mistakes, and you continue to build this account.
Yeah,
So I've
I
got
agree.
one last question for you before we have to sign off. There's a lot of traders out there that are working their way through the trading combine. And just like you said it yourself, at one point you just kind of quit. You came back. What would you say to that person that's kind of at that quitting point, that's really been struggling? What would you say to that person?
Okay, if you think it's too hard, I probably say, okay, don't give up. I say you probably need more time, study, or try to be consistent. Then one thing that I did was keep paying for a while my account, even I was not presenting the test,
Mm-hmm.
because I want to practice. And then this is something that is a practice. Then you have to practice every day. And then if you have the opportunity to share with someone that is close to you, that will help too, because that builds confidence. Then don't give up if you really like it and you enjoy it, because I think trading is not for everyone. Everyone can do it, but you really need to enjoy it, like having fun.
It's
Right?
so
That is.
important. It's if you're not having fun, what's the point of doing it?
Yeah, if it's stressful and you are really mad at the end of the day, and this is not for you. And this is something that you really have to enjoy. And if you do it, I bet that you will do it at
Mm-hmm.
some point, because it's something that no one tells you what you need to study. It's no one tell you how is the best way to do. This is something that can be done in thousand ways, and everything can be successful. I can I then and you don't need to learn every single thing is out there. It's just what fit for you, what is easy for you. Then right now we are coaching my husband, and I'm trying to something very simple, like really simple, like where it's green, red, and just like three or four indicator. That's it. And I say,
Yeah.
don't ask too much. Just try
Keep
if
it
you
simple.
enjoy it, and
Keep
try
it
to
simple.
enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, don't do it. Um, then this is I don't know, but I
That's
have a good news. My husband passed today the first step.
well, round of applause. This is so we got the trading family over here. You and his son,
Yeah.
your husband's in step two. If this is awesome. So I mean that's the title here, family affair. Um,
Yeah.
this has
I'm going
been
to apply for a discount, family, something like that.
there we go, the Top Step family discount. Um, this has been such a great time sitting down with you. I can't thank you enough for sitting here. You have some great insight. I think this is going to help a lot of traders out there. So thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing keeping your name up on that board and hitting confirm to more of those withdrawal requests.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Thank you.